Welcome back. I promised someone PV cooking, and so here it is. I just got this little pot. This is a Robert Irving. It's kind of an odd duck. If you see here, it says electric hot pot with steamer. And I guess that the steamer is the kicker on this, because this heating element is 21 ohms. And the schematic is fairly simple with it. It has a direct connect. For half power, it goes through a diode, and the keep warm, a little thermostat will turn it off at a certain temperature. And I was sitting here and it was 76 degrees in the pot, and I heard the thermostat click, so that's the keep warm setting. So as you can see from this, I started out with 18 degrees C water. That was 19 ounces, and after 11 minutes it got up to 33 C. 30 minutes it was at 55. 45 minutes it was 66. So at that point it's hot enough to sanitize, and after 1 hour it was 76 degrees. So yeah, you could cook in it, and for only an hour. You know, I started at about 10 o'clock, 10:05, and it's warm enough that you could cook some soup or something with it. Now, I have only a 100-watt solar panel, and I think that everyone out there has these videos that say you can cook a dinner with a 100-watt solar panel. You know, they got your view, but they lied to you, you know, because a 100-watt solar panel won't produce 100 watts. Typically, you know, you'll get 70 watts out of it, and that's about what I'm getting here. I'm getting, well, you can't see this, but right now I'm at 16.4 volts and 63.8 watts. And of course, I have a very simple boost converter here, and I have some additional circuitry, and that circuitry keeps the power point voltage constant on the panel. So if a cloud passes over, or you know, it's kind of a partly cloudy day today, a little whisper of a cloud here and there, this keeps it at the correct panel voltage for the maximum power output. Pretty crappy boost converter here, but they're about 87% efficient. So this thing loses about 6 watts. These caps cannot be touched, so you know they're going to blow up after a while. People read the specifications on this stuff from China and they think, wow, this is great, but they're not as efficient as what they say, and they run quite hot. And I've had boost capacitors on these blow up. So it's a very little simple circuit. I'll get to it in another video. But right now it's outputting 32.5 volts into the heating element. And that heating element is 21 ohms, so you can figure out the watts. It's I squared R. And so I have a little screen here, and this is going to simulate a cloud or something. I'll put that up against there, and we see the voltage has dropped on the heating element to 18 volts. It's 9.6 volts going into this. Now you got to remember that in a boost converter, from the input to the output is a direct connection through a diode and an inductor. And so even if I turn this off, it is still going to do a pass-through. So yeah, right now it's 9.6 volts going in. This is where it's trying desperately to boost the voltage, but it can't. I really need to have a little lower value here because that 10K is kind of high, and it cannot provide enough current to fool the boost converter into fully shutting off. But the system works pretty well. I said there's a variety of different ways you can do this. I'm just using a FET, a pot, and 2 resistors. That's all you need to, and a diode to control the voltage. And like I say, it's a 10K pull-up to fool the, have a connection right to the pot, the blue pot there, to fool it into thinking the output is higher than it actually is. And I should have made that 5K, but this demonstrates the principle. So that's it, we're cooking, and right now it's been 1 hour and 13 minutes. We're at 78 degrees C, and 66.77 watt hours have gone into this. And that's not a lot of power, you know. And this is an unusually small pot. I got this at a garage sale. They had never used it. Paid $3 for it. The boost converter, it just happens to be the only boost converter I have, and I took it off my CPAP to do this. So I'm not going to buy another one, you know, because I really think that you should use like 2 100-watt panels. They're cheap enough if you want to do any cooking and you want to be reliable enough. So that's it. I'll show you the schematic in another video.